A Pakistani government minister has promised to pay for the assassination of an American movie producer for insulting Islam. The movie's promotion on the internet triggered violent protests by Muslims around the world.
Railways Minister Ghulam Ahmed Bilal said he would pay the $100,000 out of his own pocket. Bilal also invited the Taliban and Al-Qaeda to take him up on his offer. The video produced in the US has sparked massive protests across the Muslim world.
I urge my Taliban and Al-Qaeda brothers, he says, to perform the sacred duty of helping to locate and kill the filmmaker. If they or anybody else succeed, so God willing, I will give him $100,000. The alleged producer of the trailer for the US-made film, Nakula Basili Nakula, is now in hiding. Pakistan's government is disassociating itself from the reward being offered for his death. Meanwhile, funerals have taken place in Pakistan for people killed during protests. More than a dozen people died on Friday, the Muslim Day of Prayer, which had been declared Love the Prophet Day.
I think elections had a lot to do with what he said, and not just elections. Generally, popular sentiment is in favor of such statements. There was rioting all across Pakistan on a Friday when the government itself called for a day to protest that film that's come out, the Innocence of Muslims, and that's the government itself calling for these protests to take place. When they started, obviously the government could not control them as it generally cannot. So it's definitely not just Mr. Bilal, it's the government itself. Even though it is distancing itself from these statements, it has not condemned them. So the general mood in Pakistan is against these films. It's election time, and generally Pakistanis have been feeling a lot of anti-Western sentiment because of the whole war in Afghanistan and the drone strikes, the US drone strikes that have been, missile strikes that have been taking place in Pakistan's tribal areas. There is a great deal of Western sentiment behind these feelings. So generally, Mr. Bilal was pandering to his audience. He was playing up their emotions, and the government is not going to do anything about it.